Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Augustine from the Fast Pain Relief Center here on Grand Island, New York, and I want to commend you for watching this video today. It can really change your life, or perhaps your child's life more importantly. I can tell you that we see a lot of kids with attention deficit disorder or even attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is probably the more common one. And if you're like a lot of the parents that I see in my office, you're probably frustrated, probably your kid is frustrated, and you've probably been to a lot of doctors in the past with really not much to show. I mean, the kids that I see in my office have been to doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist, with really nothing other than medications. And if you think about it, if your son or daughter is on medications, that's not really, fixing the problem. And that's the part that really gets me. I'm a father to 4 kids, 4 healthy kids, and I can tell you I would not want my son or daughter to be on some of this medication that they have these kids on. I mean, it's damaging them. And some of the things that we offer in our office to help attention deficit disorder, or ADHD as well, have really been life-changing for these kids and for the families. When you talk about the stress that it puts on, obviously the kids, whether it's at home, socially, or even in school academically, it puts a lot of stress on them. And also on the family. If you're married, having a son or daughter that has ADHD really cuts into, your personal relationship with your spouse or your significant other. And I'm sure you already understand that, so I'll let that one go there. But some of the treatments that we offer at our office, we treat people both neurologically and metabolically. And here's what I mean by that. Neurologically, what we find oftentimes with kids with attention deficit disorder is we find that one side of the brain is not working as well as it should. And what I mean by that, don't get me wrong, that there isn't so much a significant problem physiologically or pathologically for that matter, but one side of the brain is working harder. So just to give you a little simple illustration, if both sides of the brain should be equal, oftentimes we'll see one side, being the right or left hemisphere of the brain, being overstimulated. And that's an important thing because that can really tend to exhibit a lot of the symptoms that your son or daughter may experience. The lack of attention, always busy, can't concentrate, and give undivided attention. That's what happens when the brain is not balanced. So in our office we offer the Brain Balance Program, and one of the main things we do for kids with attention deficit disorder is use an instrument called the interactive metronome. You've probably never heard of it before. In fact, I am the only doctor in Western New York certified to use this. And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I've seen a lot of kids' lives changed by using the interactive metronome. And simply what it is, I'm sure you've all heard of a metronome before, but essentially what we're dealing with is a metronome keeps the beat, okay? And you actually put on headphones and you wear a little sensor on your wrist, and the kids actually clap to the beat that they hear. Now this is very significant because it actually stimulates the very specific parts of the brain that happen to reduce and balance the brain. So just say if the one side is up here, by doing interactive metronome, and again there's more to this during the evaluation, finding out what the problem is, you're able to rebalance the brain and stimulate it in a way that reduces symptoms. And academically, I can tell kids just love this. In the beginning it's not easy. It sounds easy, but we can make it a little bit more difficult as we go along. But take a look at that, the interactive metronome, and I'll have a little video maybe up on that as well in the near future on it specifically. But if you haven't had that done, you definitely need to. So that's some of the neurological treatment. Again, I'm kind of hitting some of the surface here. But when you come into my office, that's one of the first things that we look at. What are the initial scores of the interactive metronome? Is the brain balanced? Is it working properly? Before we start giving all these medications and messing things up when they're not needed, that's one thing to look at. The second thing we look at is treating patients metabolically. And here's what I mean by that. You know, I look at everything when I treat a kid. I look at blood work. We want to make sure that the blood sugar is good. We want to look at any type of anemias or any type of significant problems. And, you know, a lot of times the kids have had blood work, so that's certainly helpful. You know, some of the other things we want to look at is the diet. We want to look at any type of gluten sensitivities, you know, soy, yeast, egg, milk. And if you have a son or daughter, again, with ADHD or ADD, you've probably read about or talked to other people about those food sensitivities that can cause the brain, again, to be stimulated. And as long as we're on that same subject, one of my pet peeves that is often huge for ADHD patients is video games. You know, your kids love them because it stimulates part of the brain that they're just feeding on. And what it does, it actually excites it even more, makes the problem worse. So these video games, again, I'm not saying they're good or bad, but for somebody that has ADHD or ADD, probably not a great idea to be on video games. So that's one of the things that we need to you know, often talk about with the parents, again, if it is a problem. Not everybody, but that's one of the things that we do, again, in our office. So those are a few of the things that I'll share with you, and feel free to call my office if you have any questions. But if you look down below, what we're offering is I offer 2 free visits, and a lot of people ask me, why do you do that? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, this offers you a chance to come into my office, see what we're all about, see if you like, you know, the things that we're offering. And number 2, is there a chance, a possibility to help your son or daughter? And the more people we can help, I can help personally, then, you know, I feel very fulfilled with that. Because, you know, when you change a child's life, there's nothing better than that. So, again, my name is Dr. Kevin Augustine from the Fast Pain Relief Center here on Grand Island, New York. Again, if you're watching this from far away on the web, there's certain things that we can do for you as well. We've helped out a lot of people. Again, you don't necessarily have to be or live in Buffalo, New York. So all you do is have to give our office a call, fill out the form for your 2 free visits, and someone from the office will certainly contact you for some more, you know, with information to set up an appointment as well. We'll make it real easy for you. So again, if you're a frustrated parent, and you're searching for some answers, then, you know, this is the right place. You know, just give us a call, and I'd be happy to look at your son and daughter and see if we can possibly help them. Take care and God bless.